So, Mel, is Caserio accurate, or are there any potential trades that we should be potentially monitoring at the top?
Well, you have those teams with the early picks. You have the Giants, obviously, with 5 and 7. You have the Eagles as well. And then you have Houston, Detroit, maybe looking to get out. But you have to have somebody that's really the team's willing to go up to get. Are you going to go up and get Sauce Gardner, the cornerback from Cincinnati, or one of the defensive linemen we talked about? Probably not. Are you going to get the quarterback? Unless you're the Steelers, and you may not even have that happen, probably not. So I really believe Sauce Gardner is the guy that is red hot right now. We know Aiden Hutchinson probably going number 1 overall. But I think these teams that are picking 2, 3, 4 probably going to get stuck there and have to make a pick, which, whether it's Trayvon Walker, whether it's Kayvon Thibodeau, Sauce Gardner, one of the offensive linemen, these guys are going to have to figure out who they're going to take, probably make a pick, even though they would prefer to trade down.
Yeah, Mel, and based on the conversations I'm having, it feels like the real action could be at the end of the first round. I know the Chiefs, to a lot of teams around the league, are one of the more intriguing potential suitors for a trade partner. They've got 29 and 30 in the first round. They've got 2 picks in each of the first 4 rounds. They've got tied with Jacksonville for the most picks in the draft. And by the way, a roster that, while in need of a lot of different positions, has enough depth that they don't need all of the picks they have. So that's really where the action, in my opinion, will be. You're going to see a lot of phone calls to the Chiefs, try to maybe either get them to move up for a player that they might want or even down. But really late in the round, we could see a lot of trades happening.
You know, when I look at this year's draft, I don't see all the richness that I've seen in the past with these particular players in this year's draft. Everybody, it feels like to me, is on even playing ground. This is the first time in many years that I've covered the draft, watched the draft, been a part of the draft, that I haven't heard franchise-changing player come out of Mel Kiper's mouth, or potential Hall of Famer come out of Mel Kiper's mouth. So when you look at the evaluation process, you go back to 2021 in the spring, that's when that evaluation process starts. Mel Kiper puts out his next top 10, 15 for that year's draft right after the draft. And then all of a sudden that process goes into the summer. Then it goes into the fall. And then all of a sudden, the eyes of the people that are making the decisions start to evaluate these players in late November, December. They finally get an opportunity to talk to them once their season is over. Because, guys, think about it. The one thing that these coaches and general managers do is they're concentrating on keeping their jobs. They're concentrating on making the playoffs, making their team better. When the season is over, the first time they get an opportunity to meet a player is at a Senior Bowl, at an All-Star game. Then all of a sudden it goes into the combine. Then the private workouts leading up into the draft. Mel changes his board because he gets new information. Like every month is a different mock draft because he's getting the new information. The guy that was the top guy in the spring, is it the top guy come next spring, and it ends up being somebody different. So I think that is one of the main reasons you don't see people looking to jockey up to make major trades.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.